Welcome to Dewan Tun Chancellor Multimedia University Cyberjaya. In the event that the emergency alarm is triggered or activated, you are required to evacuate Dewan Tun Chancellor in an orderly manner. Please exit at the nearest exit emergency door. This building consists of 4 emergency exit doors on your right, 4 emergency exit doors on your left, 3 emergency exit doors at the back, 2 emergency exit doors at the upper tier, 1 emergency exit door at the left upper tier, and 1 emergency exit door at the right upper tier. You are required to gather at the assembly point for head count check and first aid treatment if required. Please leave your belongings when you evacuate. Stay calm and watch your steps. Proceed immediately to the nearest emergency exit point. Please wait for further instructions from the incident commander. Please be advised that smoking and vaping are strictly prohibited on MMU campus. Smoking in the university is a serious offense, and all parties should comply with the government and university's policy. We hope you will enjoy the event. Thank you for your kind attention and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed attendees, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. We are delighted to have you with us today. Please make yourselves comfortable as we await the arrival of our guests of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please be informed that you will need to rise up when our guests of honor arrive in the hall. Thank you. Students, please rise. Announcing the arrival of Yang Berbahagia, Adjunct Professor Tan Sri Muhammad Salim bin Fatih Din, Chairman of the MCMC and Adjunct Professor of MMU. Yang Berbahagia, Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin, Chief Network Security Officer, MCMC, and Yang Berbahagia, Professor Datuk Dr. Mazliham Muhammad Suud, President of MMU. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem, Negaraku, and MMU song, Permata Dunia. Students, please be seated. Yang berbahagia Adjunct Professor Tan Sri Muhammad Salim bin Fatih Din, Chairman of Malaysian Communication and Multimedia CMC, Adjunct Professor of Multimedia University, Yang berbahagia Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin, Chief Network Security Officer MCMC, Yang berbahagia Professor Datuk Dr. Mazliham Muhammad Suud, President of MMU, MMU Management Committee members, faculty members, students of MMU. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amira, and it is truly a privilege to serve as your MC for today's event. It is an honor for me to guide you through this meaningful program centered on the theme of social media security entitled Social Media, Impact and Challenges We Face Today. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our guest of honor, Yang berbahagia Adjunct Professor Tan Sri Muhammad Salim bin Fatih Din, Chairman of MCMC, Yang berbahagia Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin, as well as Yang berbahagia Professor Datuk Dr. Mazliham Muhammad Suud, President of MMU, for gracing us with their presence this morning. In this era, where information travels faster than ever before, social media has become a powerful tool for communication, connection, and collaboration. However, with its benefits come significant challenges, particularly in ensuring safety, privacy, and responsible use. This is where the wisdom and experience of our panelists become absolutely invaluable. We are honored to have industry leaders who will share their valuable insights and perspectives in this digital age. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin our forum session with the title, Social Media, Impact and Challenges We Face Today, moderated by Ms. Rashida Khairia, one of our students from the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, FCI. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, Ms. Amira. Once again, welcome everyone to today's forum, Social Media, Impact and Challenges We Face Today. We are truly honored to have distinguished industry leaders with us, ready to share their valuable insights, perspectives, and experiences in navigating the digital age. Before we begin, let us get to know our distinguished panelists for today. First up, we have Tan Sri Muhammad Salim, Chairman of the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, and Executive Vice Chairman of MRCB, is a transformative leader with over 30 years in property, construction, and corporate leadership. Known for landmark projects like KL Central CBD and Menara Shell, he is a pioneer of green building in Malaysia. He also chairs the Anti-Corruption Advisory Board, serves on the National Council of Digital Economy and 4IR, and has been honored with awards including the Tamwa Imtiaz, Masterclass Property Icon of the Year, and Global CEO of the Year. His career reflects a consistent dedication to innovation, sustainability, and nation building. Next up, we have Yang berbahagia Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin. Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin is the Chief Network Security Officer at MCMC, a position he has held since October 2023. With nearly 3 decades of experience, he previously held senior roles such as Head of Technology Strategy at Digital National Berhad and CIO for various government ICT initiatives. He plays a key part in content moderation and internet regulation, underscoring MCMC's nuanced approach to online safety. Last but not least, we have our very own Professor Datuk Dr. Mazli Ham bin Muhammad Suud, who is the President and CEO of Multimedia University since August 2020. He previously led University Kuala Lumpur UniKL as its President and CEO from 2013. Born in Johor in 1967, Professor Mazli Ham studied in France, earning a bachelor's in 1991, diploma and also master's in 1992-1993 from Université de Montpellier, and later a PhD in computer engineering from Université de La Rochelle in 2008. He has also made a significant contributions in supervising graduate students and participating in academic committees. So for today's session, we'll explore the trends, challenges, and opportunities in social media, especially among youth in Malaysia, where we are seeing issues such as spread of information, online scams, cyberbullying, or even the influence of viral but harmful content. With that, let us begin with our very own first question for Yang Berbahagia, Adjunct Professor Tan Sri Muhammad Salim. As we know, MCMC is the regulator for Malaysia's communications, multimedia, and also online content industry. So for Tan Sri, in your perspective, how do regulators balance the need for freedom of speech with the responsibility to control harmful content on social media?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone here. Thank you very much, Sudari Amira, the MC, and our moderator, Rashida. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Mazli Ham, your president of Multimedia University, for inviting me here. Thank you very much, Dato'. I have here with me my colleague, Dato' Muhammad Sulaiman, also. I want to wish everyone here a good day, a good beginning, and lot of exchange on social media on what MCMC as a regulator has been doing. So with that, I will try to answer this question. Now, it's definitely a challenge of balance for the freedom of speech with the need to be controlled on harmful content on social media. We are looking at freedom of speech doesn't mean you have freedom to slander or put hatred or threatens or on the legal content or content on legal activities. We respect the balance of freedom of speech, and we as regulators have said it very clear in all platforms, in TikTok, Meta, X, and all that, that we will not encourage or we will not stand down on hatred speech, illegal contents, harmful hatred speech. We don't tolerate all that. And as a regulator, harmful contents will be removed. And with that, we are looking at a lot of areas that that social media can be improved and can be used for the advantage rather than for hatred, for scamming, for harmful contents, and that's where the regulator has to protect or remove this immediately from the platforms. Thank you.
So thank you so much to Tan Sri. Next up, the question will be for Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman. So Datuk Sulaiman, as we know, privacy is a growing concern in today's online environment. I believe that my friends here in this hall as well are concerned about their privacy. What should we, as the users, do to protect our privacy on social media?
Thank you, Rashida. Bagi Tan Sri, Chairman, Dato' Mazliham, and fellow my colleagues and also students here. Very good question, actually, to be frank. I think most of us, we have our social media presence. We like to share. Unfortunately, sometimes we overshare. We share our personal information on our social media. Sometimes also, we like to participate in, how do you call it, pertandingan this and that, no? Certain things that you want to think that you're going to be lucky draw, you give your personal information. Certain times also, like you go to certain premise, they ask for certain information, you give to them and stuff, everything. Now, whenever you want to do those things, you need to also to know that what are going to happen to your data. First, basically, when you have those in your social media, whether you had set the right privacy or not. Now, for example, let's say like if you're on Facebook, you can set only for you or your friends or even for public. When you put certain things on public, you must know that whether those information, is it really for the mass or for yourself. Now, the other part, basically, like a lot of people know that our information we create, sometimes we are the one that contribute. For example, let's say like you go to one area, one premise, for example, they ask to do a survey on you. So they collect your information. Sometimes when you want to use certain software, they ask you to click accept. Sometimes you want to get certain subscription or service, they ask you for other information. So meaning to say that every time that you subscribe for certain services and stuff, they'll be asking you for certain information. You as a student or even as a public or citizen, we must always know what's going to happen to that data. Whether the party that asking you for the data really know what they're going to be doing with the data. Are they going to share it with third party and stuff? So, like for example, I say, like a lot of times say, do you agree? Agree, without reading the terms and conditions. So again, to answer back the question, privacy is yes. Sometimes we do not know that we are the one who leak those information. We are the one who give, what they call it, reason for people to take the content. I'm not talking about our data being leaked by our provider. I'm talking about we ourselves. We need to ensure that we don't overshare. We must know that all our data we put in are in a good place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Datuk Sulaiman. So next up, we have our very own president of MMU, Professor Datuk Dr. Mazliham. So the question would be, how should universities prepare students to become responsible digital citizens in such a fast-paced and ever-changing online environment?
Thank you, Rashida. As a university, you know, we face some of these issues. For example, last year, there's a group of students who posted in their social media complaining that neither students are not participating in their group work. So the other students then complained to us, and of course, these students are not happy because you know, the other students post in the social media that they are not, these students are not participating in the group work. And the students claim that he's been bullied in social media. You know, not participating in a group work is wrong, right? We don't want passenger in our group work. But posting something that is claiming that the other students is not participating in social media is also not right. So the first thing that we need to do as a university is to make sure that our students understand how to use the social media. Digital literacy is very important, how to use, how to understand, how to evaluate information that they receive in social media. This is very important. We also need to make sure that the students know on the what is ethics in using social media. You know, things like this will not happen if we understand the ethics. We don't criticize people using social media. We don't, you know, just throw in information that is not necessary on social media. Whether it is right or wrong, we need to be very careful because it's involved a lot of people. Few months ago, there's someone from outside who came to our stadium and posted the condition of the track on the stadium. We know that the condition of the track is not good, but is it ethical for these outsiders to come here and just, because they want to have more followers on their social media, they just post this and try to, you know, get some followers and some likes on their social media. This is not right. So this is not ethical. We know that there's some truth on the information that they posted, but they can actually come and tell us and, you know, discuss with us and so on. So ethics is also very important. And I'm telling you this real story because I always believe in hands-on program. So maybe in some of our subjects, we need to have the practical session on the digital literacy, on ethics, and so on. And the other thing that we need to ensure in the university is to make sure that all this become our culture. We know how to use the social media. We know how to interact with other people on social media. And this is part of the culture. At MMU, we already implement some subjects which carries the digital literacy and also ethics. But I'm sure with our support from Tan Sri and Dato', we can maybe enhance these subjects, and we'll be able to develop more, you know, better content of the subject with the help of MCMC.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Dr. Mazliham. Okay, so the next question, since I think we have a little bit more time this time, so we can go to the next round. So this question will go to our very own adjunct Professor Tan Sri. So, as we all know, misinformation spreads faster than ever before. How effective are the current regulations in tackling the spread of false or misleading information online?
Well, the basic law here, or what you have to follow is, if you're not sure of the content, then do not spread it or viral it to others. Make sure the content that you send to others is genuine. It's has got its own standings, rather than just follow somebody posted to you and you send to another 10 or 20 of your friends or colleagues or whatever. We have a device in MCMC called Sebenari.my, a portal. So please go into the portal and check if this content, this news, this verification is right or wrong, and then from there you can then pass it on or send it to your colleagues or friends. Be very wary of contents that people send to you. Some are scamming, some are trying to scam you, and you could be a victim of scam. And these scammers, they work in a very different and in a very different environment and different way. Be very wary. lot of people have been scammed, and you can read in papers and and you can even know from your own colleagues or your colleagues' relatives that they've been scammed. So we have a scam center now, which is set up. Please refer to them. And the basic thing about when somebody asks you for your account number, your bank number, your PIN number, please don't go and give them, and then you know, and then just make sure you always, you can be polite and say that let me get back to you. Do not refer any personal data to anybody on the phone or WhatsApp and all that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tan Sri. So next question would be to our very own Datuk Sulaiman. So as we know, technology is evolving rapidly, including AI-driven content creation. Are there any plans to regulate emerging technologies that could impact the social media landscape?
Okay, AI, everybody now talking about artificial intelligence. I think we look at AI, there are more benefit as well as they also bring in some harm or some, I call it, people with the malicious intent create those particular content. For MCMC, we have a section, we have our act, we call it Communication and Multimedia Act. If you refer directly to section 233, so we have 5 things or 5 words that we have it there. Any content should not fall under those category. So I would like all of you to go and go to the website, go to MCMC website, open the act, look for section 233. So then only you know what type of content that should not be in either AI generated content or any other contents. So either number 1, it shouldn't be obscene, cannot be menacing, cannot be false, etc. So there are 5 elements that you can have a look at. So where we are looking at is we don't look at the technology, regardless of technology, whether it is AI generated content, it can be also human generated content, or whatever content is going to be in future. We look at like the harm that the content will lead to. For example, let's say a person who generate a video of yourself. For example, you never act on that particular scene, for example, but people use your face, your body to do certain act. And you say that act basically it's maybe like, they put certain things like obscene kind of character. So you say that, okay, it falls under 233 of that. And then, for example, like you can also look it up there, like the content is basically threatening, for example. People put something very scary, like threatening. So it's considered as menacing, fall under that. So coming back to the particular question, in MCMC, we do not have direct act to regulate the emerging technology, but we look at the harm that created towards those contents. So meaning that you can use any technology, but if the contents basically are related to those particular effect of the section 233 of CMA, then MCMC will take our, our action. And we also know that there are also other law enforcement out there also has jurisdiction over the other type of the content. Thank you.
Thank you, Datuk Sulaiman. So next up, we have our Prof. Datuk. How does MMU accounted social media related issues on campus and how were they addressed here?
I told you some stories that we accounted last year. Actually, in MMU, we cannot avoid students from posting and so on, but one of the practice that we have here is that I myself shared my phone number to all of you. If you have any complaint, you can just WhatsApp me and we'll address this issue. And I think a lot of other leaders in MMU also shared their phone numbers so that you can share your problem with us. And every time that we receive any comment or posting on Facebook, we'll try to address this because we believe that these are all things that their initial intention is good because they want to improve the services of the university. But of course, if there's any posting that is not true and is harming the name of the university, we'll take action. And we have few incidents like this where we call the students and ask for evidence and so on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Datuk. So for the final round of questions to Tan Sri, as we know, young people are the most active social media users. What role do you see young people playing in shaping the future of these platforms?
Future of these platforms have to be regulated very sternly because this industry, as you know, is moving so fast and it's got a lot of, first thing, social media is borderless. Just let me tell you, I can send a content now and it will reach, you could be in London, you know? So with all that, you have to be very mindful. You have to be very mindful with that. As a regulator, I'm speaking on behalf of a regulator, we have to be very cautious. We ourselves have to make sure these contents are not AI generated nowadays. So with all that, again, my advice is it's in your hands, you know, to make a better life or better world for all who we live in. So this was, if you want to be more accurate. So make sure the use of social media is put in good use rather than harmful hatred and comments that that would hurt others, social bullying and whatsoever. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tan Sri. So next up for Datuk Sulaiman. Okay, so since we know monitoring compliance with social media rules can be a bit complex, so how does MCMC ensure the platforms follow the regulations? For example, in cases where a company refuses to comply, what kind of enforcement actions can be taken?
I think that one Tan Sri should answer. Saying that what action we can take to the social media who don't want to take down. Anyway, Tan Sri. Yeah. Okay, I think it's what we know that all social media organization or platform, they have one, they call it community guideline. Community guideline basically say that all the content that you put in on the social media, they have like what is allowed, what's not allowed. So maybe you all can have a look. Let's say you like to use Facebook, you search for Facebook community guideline. So you look at what are things that they say can be done, cannot be done. Now, that's on the reference of the social media platform. What about us? We are Malaysian. Malaysia have our own law. So we have a lot of laws in Malaysia. For example, like CMA, Communication Multimedia Act, we tell them what can, what cannot, we got the law of the land. And we also have other laws, like we have Sedition Act, we have Penal Code, etc. here and there. Now, the challenge is always the interpretation. Those platforms interpret their community guideline based on their assumption, their feeling, their assessment. But whereas the way that we, Malaysia, look at the law is basically based on two things, whether it is, we call it actus reus and also mens rea. I think if you learn law, you know about this stuff, is it? Basically, like, you must have intention and also you have the action towards it. So when it's wrong, it's wrong. So all the time, when we, MCMC, I think Tan Sri, my chairman, is always into it. He ensured that those violative content must be taken down. If they don't take down, I tell you to be frank, my Tan Sri is a very strict person. He even, I can look at the news, he bring people to court. He don't even charge people. So we, MCMC, we really want to ensure safety and safeguard all Malaysians. Safety of you all. Ensure that your content or you yourself are protected. Our government is protected. We have a stable government. We must ensure that. Those are things that MCMC is looking at it. Talking about, again, the question is basically to what extent we do, we really take care of the social media content and even we charge those people, whoever don't really follow our direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Datuk Sulaiman. So last but not least, to Prof. Datuk, would MMU consider integrating digital literacy or social media ethics into its curriculum to prepare students for the realities of the online world?
Yeah, we already embedded some of this aspect in our current programs. But definitely, I think, as I mentioned just now, with the help from MCMC, we would like to enhance this, all this element in our curriculum. Very soon, Prof. Wong Hin Yong will introduce what we call Build Your Own program. Now you are familiar with the Build Your Own curriculum, where you can have some different options or different option in your programs, in your curriculum. But later, the whole curriculum is up to you to build the program. So if we have this, then it will be much more easier for us to inject these subjects, which can be made compulsory as a university subjects, or you know, the compulsory subject for the programs. And we are building this, and we really hope that we can get support from MCMC for us to build a very good program.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Dato. So thank you so much to all our panelists for the insightful talk today. So I believe that our audience has gained a deeper understanding of the impact of social media as well as the challenges in today's digital landscape. So now we would like to open the floor for a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise up your hand or go to the nearest mic.
Behind there.
Right there.
There's one question. Ada dua sana.
This mic.
Testing. Assalamualaikum. My name is Daniel Farish from FCM. I got a question to Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman. My question is, how can individual report harmful or fake content effectively, and what happens after a report is made? That's all.
Thank you. I think it's a very good question. I think all of you should also pay attention on this. Now, whenever you see some content, one thing you need to do is basically, say you found it, let's say in Facebook. See, in all social media, there is a report. You can report to the social media. Let's say you found it in TikTok, you can report to TikTok. One. Second, basically, you take the screenshot, you record the date and time, you make a report to MCMC. The MCMC is aduan.mcmc.gov.my. You go to the site, there is a place, there is a section for content, you can upload inside the content. Second. Now, let's say that it falls under different jurisdiction. For example, let's say something like people try to, bully someone, for example. You also can extend to PDRM. So PDRM, you can bring the screenshot, let's say I mentioned to you, you say it, and you bring it that, and you can go to online police also, you can make a, a report online, and you also can go to the nearest police station and do. Now, let's say you found a scam. You call 997. 997 is the national, what Tan Sri just mentioned, we have a scam response center. National scam response center, I think they're going to be improved. I think they already got start like 24/7 now. Make a call on them. So basically, those are the channels that you can make complaint. Yes, you can also email to MCMC, you can also contact MCMC over phone line, that's no issue. But I just have shared with you, these are the common way that do. Now, whenever you receive a complaint, we're going to assess it, whether there is a truth inside there or not. Sometimes complainants do not furnish information. They say that, oh, I saw there is an advertisement about scam. That's all. You need to give like an evidence for us to go and proceed to take charge and start. So we look at it. If let's say you require an expert, because for example, to say that something is wrong, they need to have elements of offense. If the elements of offense met, basically then we're going to take charge on that. You can even bring them to court even. looking at those content. But again, that's not the process I mentioned to you. But again, thank you for the question.
I just want to add on here with Dato' Sulaiman, what Dato' Sulaiman says, that please do not be afraid to lodge a complaint. And I have officers that can come here and take your complaint. So we have done even with mobile. And we want to make it easier for everybody to have an access to complain, have the right to complain. So don't be afraid. And you can work with our officers. And from there on, the officers will then verify and investigate if the complaint is valid. So again, please be free to call us, and we are here to serve you or to record any of your complaints that you're required to be lodged, reports to be lodged. Thanks.
Thank you, Datuk Sulaiman and also Tan Sri. So next question, anyone?
Yes.
Where are you?
Assalamualaikum everyone. Here, my name is Mohammed Farhan and I'm a student here at MMU. I have a question for my Mr. President of the university. Sir, you just said that on social media you have seen many type of contents which are not ethical. It can be fun or it can be type of meme. So as a president of the university, how do you tackle these type of problems? Because it's a leadership subject. How do you tackle these type of things?
Well, in our university, we have a very clear digital conduct policy. So everything that we do here will be based on this policy that we have, and all action that we will take will be based on this policy. So what is important is for us to make sure that all students understand this policy, and all students will follow the policy strictly. We always encourage open communication, but we also control the environment where we don't want anyone to be overboard and to post something that is not in line with all these policies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President.
Thank you, Prof. Datuk. So next question, anyone on the floor? We have someone there.
There's one behind there.
There's one behind, there's one at the front also. You can come to the mic and ask your question.
Yes.
Testing. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Hadi from Faculty of Creative Multimedia. I have 3 questions about MCMC. Are you aware of what happened in Instagram on 26th of February? I'm curious, how did MCMC controls the situation, because I'm sure it's not just me, but we all would like to know how much power does MCMC have in control over the social media, and to what extent can you do and not do, or MCMC just spread awareness and tell the people what can or cannot do?
Okay, thank you. So I take the first question then. Okay, now, as I just now mentioned, social media have what they call it community guideline. This is going to be their basis for them to allow certain content here and there. And we, MCMC, we have our act, Communication and Multimedia Act. Like I mentioned to you about Section 233, we tell them what things that should not be there. So it's quite clear. We don't really look at all of those content, but just to be frank, MCMC act based on complaint. That's what Tan Sri Chairman asked you all to make a complaint when you find any violative content, so that we can take action. Meaning to say that even at Instagram, just how you mentioned, let's say you've been bullied and stuff, you yourself must come. Even Tan Sri said that you can get an officer to come here to take your complaint and stuff. So to the extent.
For an example, let me give you health products, agriculture products, services rendered. Some are illegal services rendered. Even that, so you can lodge a report. So it's not only contents, stuff up to even things like they post items, you know, which you think this is not, it's a fake item. If it's a fake item, you can lodge a report. So the law, the section
233.
233 is very wide. Now it's very wide because it says that the platform owner is responsible for the type of comments and contents they carry. So they are responsible for the contents and the comments that they have on their platforms. With that, the regulator then regulates that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much to Tan Sri and also Datuk. Now we will open the floor for one last time, one more question to the floor.
Okay, tak apalah. Kadang-kadang.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name is Mehdi Raza and I'm from Pakistan studying cybersecurity in MMU. So my question to Tan Sri, with so many viral posts spreading rapidly on social media, misinformation can reach the public before the facts do. What steps does MCMC take to ensure information is accurate and delivered as quickly as possible?
Which part of Pakistan are you from?
Karachi.
Karachi, okay. Okay. You want me to answer in Urdu or English? No, I was just joking with you. Just making a simple joke. So, as soon as we find out that it's a fake news or the content is a hatred content, we quickly lodge a report to the platform, okay? To the moderated group that the platform has. And we quickly work with them to bring it down, block it, or remove it, or suspend the account. Now, as you know, it spreads, this is like a virus, it spreads very fast. So we have to act, and we have 24/7, right? That's all. We have 24/7 people working, monitoring this situation that you have put forward just now to me. So we work very closely with the platforms, with the moderated group, to make sure it doesn't spread or it's left unattended or not been dealt with. We're very strict on this, very. We as soon as we get it, a complaint is launched, or the content that we find from our own staff, we quickly act to make sure the platform knows about it and to remove it, suspend it, or block it immediately. Okay?
Thank you so much, Tan Sri. So that wraps up our forum session for today.
There was another guy who wanted one more. I think
One more question.
Yeah, we can, somebody else put up the hand. Yes.
Okay,
That-
to the gentleman in the front.
Yeah, we don't want to deprive him.
Understand.
Hello. Hello, my name is Wan Karwe, and I have a question for the CEO of MMU. So we know that social media is like a great tool for communication, but it can also lead to cyberbullying. So we would like to know what is the university will do for cases like cyberbullying.
I mentioned just now that we had this experience last year when these students, we received a complaint from the students complaining that he has been cyberbullied by the other friends on social media because the friends claim that he did not participate in the group work. Okay, as I mentioned just now, not participating in the group work is wrong, right? But cyberbullying a fellow friends is also wrong. So we had a committee, we had a policy, and we formed a disciplinary committee to handle this case. We had a disciplinary board where this board sit and discuss on this case, and this is how we handle all these cyberbullied cases. But what I would like to stress here is that our role is to make sure that all students understand how to use properly the social media, and I'm very confident that this can be avoided if everyone has this ethic and the culture of digital literacy in them. Yeah? So this is what we are doing now, and we try to avoid this from happening again. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for all of the questions. So now I would like all of the panelists to give your last remarks on this forum, on the topic for today.
Well, firstly, I want to apologize that I didn't acknowledge the professors who are present here. Let me acknowledge them now and give my salam to them, because I went straight on to answer the question. My apologies, professors and colleagues. The last words, I won't call it the last words. I would say a friendly advice. I would say a friendly advice to everybody is, please be very cautious when you want to put some contents that you are not sure of. It might be against the law, it might be against your university the guidelines, I don't know. So you got to be very careful. Keep social media for your advantage and don't use it for your disadvantage. Okay? And I wish you all the best. And inshallah, we'll be seeing you all again. And again, I remind you all, if there's any complaints or any misinformation that you want to clarify, MCMC is there. And we are quite near. We are also in Sabarjaya with you all. So do not hesitate and contact us. We are available. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tan Sri. So everyone, do keep in mind, yeah, on your safety and privacy as well. So thank you so much to our esteemed panelists. First up, we have Tan Sri Muhammad Salim Fatihdin, and also Datuk Technologist Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman Sultan Suhaibuddin, and last but not least, Professor Datuk Dr. Mazliham Muhammad Sungut, for sharing your time, insights, and also candid views on the real impact and challenges of social media today. We have seen that while social media can empower, it also calls for responsibility, awareness, and also collaboration. I hope all of us here in the hall can take today's discussions beyond words and reflect them in a way we post, interact, and also shape our digital space. With that, I'll now hand over the session back to our MC, Amira. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much for the insightful discussion on social media. Testing, Swara 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for the insightful discussion on social media, impact on challenges we face today. Now that we are done with the Q&A session, We kindly request all VIPs and distinguished guests to join our group photo session with our respected lecturers and fellow MMU students who have brought life to today's event. Dear students, please stand and move to the center behind our guests for the photo session. I repeat, please stand and move to the center behind our guests for the photo session.
I didn't even notice. For this one, right? Yeah, I mean that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us and for making today's program a success. We hope you found the session both inspiring and informative. We would now like to cordially invite our distinguished VIPs to the VIP lounge for a specially prepared luncheon. Our usherers will guide you to the venue. We kindly request all students to remain calm and seated in the hall as the QR code for attendance will be displayed on the screen shortly.